A hexagonal lamina of sides 25 mm rests on one of its corners on HP. The lamina makes 45 degrees to HP and the diagonal passing through the corner on which it rests is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. Draw its projections. So he says a lamina of side 25 mm rests on one of its corners on HP. Since it is resting, corner is resting on HP, so obviously we have to start from the horizontal plane. So that the horizontal plane will be, when it is viewed from the top view, it rests on HP. So when you look from the front view, you can see since the surface is parallel to HP and then perpendicular to VP, we can see that there is a line here. So we have to place the lamina in such a manner that the corner should be the extreme points. That means the extreme ends should be a corner point. So that means it should be the sides should be parallel to VP. It should be parallel to VP. Two of the sides should be parallel to VP. So that is how you should be able to place the lamina. Now, so here is a size of 25 mm side. So we have to keep such that the corners will going to be placed at the extreme ends, and the surface, all the sides are resting on HP because he says one of the corner has to rest on HP. So first we have to place all the sides to rest on HP. How do I know that it is resting on HP? When you look from the front view, you can see that the line will be always on XY line. Now, and since all the sides are parallel to HP, we are getting the true length in HP. The true length in HP can be seen only when you look from the top view. You can see all the sides, A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F and F to A. All the sides are of equal length and it is parallel to HP, so we are getting the true length. Since all the sides combined together will going to become the true shape. And since it is a surface and having unit thickness, so you can see it is a lamina of a line which is perpendicular to VP. Now he says the diagonal makes 45 degrees to HP. So that is what, when you look from the top view, you can see the hexagon, and when you look from the front view, since it is perpendicular to VP, so you are getting a line here, and we can see the extreme ends will going to have the corner, and all sides are resting on HP here, and we can see it is on the XY line in the vertical plane. Now hexagonal lamina, now the lamina makes 45 degrees to HP. So here one of the diagonals is making an angle of, so here he says the lamina makes 45 degrees to HP. Since the lamina makes 45 degrees to HP, that means the surface of the lamina makes an angle of 45 degrees to HP such that one of the corners is resting on HP. You can see here A is resting on HP. So that is, when you look from the front view, we can see that A dash is resting on HP such that the lamina makes 45 degrees. So you are rotating the lamina by an angle of 45 degrees. Once you look from the front view, you will be able to see the surface inclination with respect to HP in vertical plane. And the surface is inclined to HP, but still the surface is perpendicular to VP. So that is the reason why you are getting a line here. And once you look from the front view, ABCD is near to the observer. So A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash is visible. And E and F is away from the observer. So E dash and F dash is put in bracket. Now, since the surface is inclined to HP at 45 degrees, naturally the diagonal on the surface, which is AD, is also, that is A dash D dash, is also inclined to HP at 45 degrees. Now, so this is the front view position, and when you look from the top view, the projected surface will going to be on HP. So this will be the position wherein you will going to get, once the surface is inclined to HP, so naturally the hexagon, which will, when you look from the top view, you are going to see this will going to be the hexagonal surface. It looks like the hexagonal surface now in the top view, and the diagonal passing through the corner on which it rests is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. So which is the diagonal passing through the corner? That is AD. AD is the diagonal which is passing through the corner, so which is inclined to VP at 30 degrees. So he has given the true inclination, but once it has been rotated by an angle of 45 degrees, the diagonal is also rotated by 45 degrees. So naturally you will going to get the apparent length here in the top view, AD. but the inclination given is a true inclination. So we have to find out the apparent inclination, because this we have to reproduce the second position top view in the third position. But in the second position top view, as the surface is inclined, the diagonal is on that surface, that we can see here. Once the surface is inclined, the diagonal is also on that surface, so naturally the diagonal is inclined. When it is projected, you can see that it will going to be in the apparent length. But now we need, since it is given the true inclination, so we cannot reproduce the second position top view here. So first you consider any point, draw a horizontal line, and then draw an incline 30 degrees to VP first. Then this is the true inclination, so we take the top view true length of the diagonal, which is in the first position top view. You can see the diagonal A dash D dash, which is parallel to HP, so you are getting the true length in HP. Or you can say the diagonal AD, which is parallel to VP, so you are getting the true length here. So you measure the length from A to D with A as center, cut an arc on the 30 degree line and get the locus. Then you take the apparent length AD here with A as center, cut it on the locus of locus which has been drawn. Then join this line and reproduce the second position top view on this third position on this beta inclination line, and then write the front view. So this is how we can analyze. So this is the one how it has been done. So we have taken the second first position top view and diagonal. We have written this is 50. Then we draw the locus. Then you measure the length from here to here, which is 35.3553. So from here you cut it, so that you will go to get this. So on this line, you reproduce the sketch whatever it has been there. So that will going to be the beta inclination. Then you project these to get the corresponding front view. So this position and this position will be exactly the same, which will be on the image. So this is how we will be able to analyze this problem in 3D. Now we will going to write the sketch in the final solution in the sketchbook. First we will going to draw the thin XY line and mark XY and VP and HP as shown. So since the hexagon is resting on HP, so obviously we have to start from HP such that corner is resting on HP. So make the extreme ends, the hexagon has to be placed in such a manner that the extreme ends will going to be the corner. So that means so that two of the sides should be parallel to VP. Then only the corners will going to be on the extreme side. So first we are going to draw a horizontal line and consider any point. And from here you take the radius of the hexagon, which is 25, and then draw a circle, which is a thin circle. Then so that thin circle will going to cut the horizontal line at this point and also at this point. Then with A as center, take the radius of 25, cut on the lower side and also on the upper side on the circle. Similarly, with this point as center, again of radius 25, by using the compass, cut an arc on the top side and also on the bottom side. So we will going to get 6 points. Then mark the points as E, B, C, D, E and F. Then join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F and F to A with a continuous dark line. Then draw the vertical projectors from each of these points. Draw a vertical projector from A to the XY line, then B and F to the XY line, and C and E to the XY line, and D to the XY line. Then mark the points. So when you look from the front view, A, B, C, D is near to the observer. So A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash are visible. And also E and F is away from the observer, so you keep it in bracket, which is E and E dash and F dash in bracket. Then he says the surface is inclined at an angle of 45 degrees to HP. Since the surface is inclined at 45 degrees to HP, so here consider any point, one of the corners on HP. So you can see in the front view, A dash is a corner and D dash is a corner. So either A dash can be resting on HP or D dash can be resting on HP. If you are considering A dash, then you have to rotate in anti-clockwise. If you are considering D dash, then you have to rotate clockwise. So consider any point at a convenient distance from the first position and mark this point as A dash. Then draw a line by using the protractor. You measure an angle of 45 degree and draw an inclined line. Then with A dash, by using the compass, it measures the distance from A dash to D dash with A dash as center. Cut an arc on this 45 degree line. Similarly, you measure the distance from A dash to B dash. From here, you cut it on the 45 degree line. Similarly, again from A dash to C dash. From A dash, you cut it on this, so that you're going to get this point. So name the points A dash, B dash, F dash, C dash, E dash, and D dash. Then dark this line between A dash and D dash. So this is how we can reproduce the second position front view. So now you are going to draw a vertical projector from A dash and draw a horizontal projector from A, so that it will going to intersect at this point. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from B dash, F dash, and draw a horizontal projector from B and F to intersect at B and F in the second position. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from C dash, E dash, and draw a horizontal projector from C and E to get these 2 points. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from D dash and draw a horizontal projector from D, so that it will going to intersect at this point, and name the points A, B, C, D, E, and F. Then join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, and F to A with a dark line. So once the surface is inclined, now actually the diagonal which will be on that surface will also becomes inclined. So this will going to become the apparent length here. But the diagonal is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. The diagonal containing the corner on which the lamina rests makes an angle of 30 degrees with VP. So since he has given the true inclination, but here once the surface is inclined, so the diagonal is also inclined to HP. So now it becomes the apparent length. But the inclination given is the true inclination. So we cannot reproduce this on the true inclination line. It's not possible. So for that, what we need to do is, since this is the apparent length, so we need to find out the apparent inclination in the third position top view. So first we are going to mark any point and draw a horizontal line, and by using the protractor you measure an angle of 30 degrees with respect to the XY line and draw this inclined line. Then since it is the true inclination line, so we have to take the true length of the diagonal. So the true length of the diagonal will be, since A dash D dash is the diagonal which is parallel to HP, so you are getting the true length here, which is A and D. So by using the compass, you measure the distance from A to D with A as center, cut an arc on that 30 degree line, so that you are going to get the locus. So you draw a locus here. Then again by using the compass, you measure the distance between A and D in the second position top view with A as center, cut an arc on the locus, so that you are going to get this point D. Then join A and D with a thin line. Now you measure the length from A to this point. So from A you cut it on this. Similarly, you measure from D to this point. From D you cut it on this. So these two lines are perpendicular to AD. So by using the protractor, keeping the point here, you measure an angle of 90 degrees with respect to this inclined line and draw a perpendicular to this inclined line AD. Then measure the length from this point to C and also from this point to E. Both will going to have equal lengths. So from this point, you cut it out on this side and also on this side, so that you get these 2 points. Similarly, by using the protractor, you measure an angle of 90 degrees with respect to AD on this point. Then draw a perpendicular line and measure by using the compass, you measure the distance from this point to B and also from this point to F. Both will be equal. So with this point as center, cut an arc on this side and also on this side, so that you are going to get these 2 points. Then name the points. Now here A, B, C, D, E, and F. So join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, and F to A with a continuous dark line. So this is how we will be able to reproduce the third position top view on the apparent inclination line, which will be beta. That is basically because you have the apparent length here, because once the surface is inclined, the diagonal passing through the corner on which the lamina rests is inclined also becomes inclined. So you are going to get the apparent length here. Now we need to find the front view. So first we are going to draw a horizontal projector from A dash and draw a vertical projector from A, so that it will going to intersect at this point. Similarly, draw a horizontal projector from B dash and F dash and draw a vertical projector from B and also from F to intersect at B dash and F dash here. Similarly, draw a horizontal projector from C dash and E dash and draw a vertical projector from C and E to intersect at these 2 points. Similarly, draw a horizontal projector from D dash and draw a vertical projector from D. Both will go to intersect at this point. So name the points A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash and F dash. Then join A dash to B dash, B dash to C dash, C dash to D dash, D dash to E dash, E dash to F dash and F dash to A dash with a dark line. So this is how we will be able to write the front view. So this will going to be the final solution. So now whether the solution is right or wrong, how we are going to estimate that? First, he says hexagonal lamina of 25 mm side is resting on one of its corners on HP, such that the lamina makes 45 degrees to HP, and the diagonal passing through the corner on which the lamina rests makes an angle of 30 degrees to VP. So you can see this 30 degrees to VP. So here it is the true inclination, but here you have got apparent length. So we are finding out the apparent inclination, which will be called as beta. So denote that as beta. And finally you produce the third position front view, which is going to give the final solution.